Oh, what was that?
That was me being clumsy.
Oh, don't be clumsy.
I'm sorry. Arigato. Oh wait, that's thank you.
That's thank you.
Close enough.
No, isn't konnichiwa?
No, that's hello.
That's hello. Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa, and welcome to episode 212 of the Gaming Death Podcast. I'm your host, Chris. With me tonight, we have Kaleb.
Sugoi.
And joining us for the first time in a very long time.
Put your clothes on, man. Okay, we got to get you out here. Come on, you ready?
Mr. Hollow Blade.
No, let me get my. Guys, I don't have my underpants on.
It's okay.
It's okay.
You don't
Just
need
put
your
this hat on it.
underpants.
Just put this hat on it.
What
It's
the hell? I don't have my underpants.
Dude,
a
it's
top
fine.
hat.
Here, take this 10-foot sack. It'll be able to cover most of it.
Okay.
Put yourself in the sack for pants.
Mr.
Cool.
Hollowblade is back, so everybody, look, he's not dead. He doesn't hate us. He actually loves us very much.
Quite so.
See?
In theory.
Oh.
In theory.
In theory.
What's going on, guys?
Lots of good gaming and lots of good games getting announced is what's going on.
Today we'll be talking about what is the lackluster 2017 E3 press conferences, by the way, guys, if you can't tell from the E3 phone home title that's up there. Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was pretty good, other than Sony's, but we'll get to that, I guess.
What did you think, Hollow? You watched the Sony press conference with us last night.
I've only watched the Sony press conference, and I've only seen a small handful of things. I don't know. Sony was boring. Are we just gonna start with Sony?
Yeah, let's.
I guess we gotta shit on Sony for.
All right, we can shit on Sony because Sony, it was pretty shit. Let's be fair.
So
before we jump in and start shitting all over Sony, guys, we do have to. If this is your first time ever listening to our podcast, you need to know that we're kind of Sony fanboys. We all own a PS4 and we all majorly play games on our PS4. So when we say everything that we say about the Sony press conference is probably has hit us a little bit harder than the people that have as much stake in the PS4 and Sony. So just wanted to get that out there. Go ahead, guys. Shit all over Sony.
So I will say one thing, which is that. So it wasn't even that they showed bad games or anything. So they did show a few games that looked pretty interesting, but the big problem is that for some reason we don't have any exclusives coming for the next 6 months, unless they're DLC or they're tiny indie games / VR indie games. So I don't know what we're supposed to be doing other than maybe pick up another console.
Right?
What do you think, Hollow?
No, it sucked, dude. It sucked. The whole press conference kind of just sucked. I don't know what else to say. It was just kind of really bad. Like, yeah.
I will say this about Sony. I'm slightly more interested in Days Gone than I was previously.
I'll agree to that. It looked a lot more polished this time around. It was jank last year.
They have a lot of stuff that looks interesting, but
it's all early 2018 at the earliest.
Yeah.
I'm done with God of War. I think I said this when they announced the new God of War. I think I'm done with God of War. Well, I'm not done with God of War because I really like the play style of God of War. I'm done with Kratos. And
you don't want to see him kill Norse gods now too?
You were saying you wanted to play as his son or the kid or whatever.
Like I'm so ready to have that play style with an interesting character who has 3 dimensions rather than I yell, therefore I am Kratos.
But that means you're Kratos.
Like because Kratos as a character is a terrible character. Like, he worked really well in the PS2 era when it was like, he's this brooding guy who yells all the time. And he's like, Ares, the fates, the gods have fucked me over again. And they fucked him over for 3 games in a row. And we got the wrap up of that when he finally killed Zeus, and we were like, okay, this is over. Kratos is done. Look, he's dead.
And now he has to kill all the Norse gods.
And now they're like, oh, by the way, he's got a beard, and he loved again, and he had a kid.
And he's still kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
But he's... Anyway, he's I theoretically a slightly better person since he has a child, but that remains to be seen.
Like, I'm really hoping that this game is pulling a Metal Gear Solid 2 on us and showing us Kratos in all of the before stuff, like all the lead up, and then when we actually get the game, the big surprise is, oh, Kratos dies in the first 20 minutes.
See, I'd actually be pretty down for that.
Would you?
And then, like...
What's going to happen?
You kind of get the kid ages, and you get to play as the kid later on, like, as he ages, to avenge Kratos now, and he's not, like, angry, and he's got dimensions and depth, but there's showed so many parts of that game that I doubt that's what's going to happen.
Well, that was one of the things that kind of struck me about the whole conference, but especially Sony, is just that there doesn't seem to be a lot of companies taking that kind of, like, making those kinds of risks with their games. A lot of what we got was sequels and DLC to what we already have, which is fine, but at the same time, like, there's not really many new IPs that were announced or released, or that were announced or talked about. It was a meh year, I guess, but there was some good stuff in there.
Like, the biggest new IP that everybody's talking about is Anthem.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's the biggest new IP that everybody's talking about, which is basically Destiny except made by BioWare.
Yeah, I was talking about Spider-Man. Jeez, I feel old now.
That's not really even a new IP.
That's true. It's not. It's Arkham with Spider-Man, which is the bad idea. It looks pretty sweet, but
we've also
it's
had
not
a
new
billion
one.
Spider-Man games.
But this is going to be a good one.
But there's been good Spider-Man games.
They have been some decent ones.
There has been some decent ones.
Like, that's my thing. It's like, all right, we talked about... Sony showed us a bunch of VR stuff. Are you guys sold on VR? Are you glad that they doubled down on VR?
Yes. Honestly, like, it's what made the Sony press conference so good. It's the VR. I'm so excited that Sony's doing VR. Like, it's good shit. Like,
yeah, I think my favorite part of the Sony press conference was the games that weren't actually VR, but like they made it so you could only play them in VR. So now they're VR games,
like a side-scrolling platformer,
like 2 side-scrolling platformers, which don't look bad as games, but like that's not VR. Like, what are they even doing?
You know what makes me mad? I looked up that I want to play that Final Fantasy fishing game. You guys laughed at it, but I really enjoy. I enjoy fishing video games, and like I kind of like the characters of Final Fantasy 15. So I think I'd play that. I'd pay $10 and play that.
You know that shit's gonna be like $70.
It's gonna be a full price game, and it's VR only.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, so a game that I want to play, I need to spend $400 on a PSVR, and nobody can really enjoy it with me, except if they want to watch it really weirdly. Okay, that's cool. Guess I'm not playing that.
Well, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, you really don't want to spend $400 just to play a fishing game?
I mean, as far as I've seen from the VR games we've gotten so far, a lot of them, well, I should say some of them seem like pretty interesting experiences, but there's nothing that's like really catching my attention as far as like, oh man, I need VR, I need Oculus, I need Sony VR, I need whatever to play this VR game. There's nothing like that still, like that I've seen as far as what games are coming out right now. So I don't see a lot of need to go that direction.
Like the two games for me that I'd really want to play in VR is Resident Evil 7. Like, I'd like to play that game in VR.
Okay.
Because I think that it'd be like an interesting, a good, interesting experience. And I really want to try Bethesda's Fallout 4 VR. Because it's a full open world game in VR. My problem is, that's 2 games that I'd have to spend $400 to play one way, and if I get motion sick, it's $400 that I try once and then put down and never touch again.
There's got to be a way that you can try it before buying.
That's the thing. There's not, because rental stores don't exist anymore.
Would you wear the headset? No, but he wants to know if he won't get motion sick.
Oh,
which is a very fair complaint.
Yeah, from what I've heard of people playing Resident Evil 7 VR.
Like, I have floating vertigo. I get motion sick very easily.
Maybe you can, what's the word for it? Maybe there's an EB nearby that you can try it, or a GameStop that you can try it.
I'm not putting that because you think on my face.
Well, you wanted a rental store. I live in New Jersey. You wanted a rental store.
Yeah, I'd rent it from a rental store because nobody's rented them. That's the thing is.
But that's what you think, that nobody's rented them.
Well, that's the thing. But aside from that, what else did Sony show us? They showed us DLC for Uncharted.
They showed us DLC for Horizon.
Yep.
The new Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter World, and which actually does look pretty interesting.
The exciting thing that came out was, oh, here's Monster Hunter on PS4, Xbox One, and PC at the Sony conference.
Oh, it's
coming early 2018.
Yeah.
It's better than nothing. That's pretty late. That's a while from now.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's what else did they show?
That's it.
Detroit
Become Human. Did that even have a date on it?
No.
I didn't care enough to look because I wasn't sure if I wanted to know.
No.
Nope. Cool.
Now, here's some big things that I felt were missing from Sony's press conference.
Yes.
No mention of The Last of Us 2 at all.
Yeah, no word of what else Naughty Dog might be doing, honestly.
Like, they showed us the teaser last year. I thought we would get a little bit more this year. We got nothing.
That's right. Was that due this year? I can't remember.
I don't think it was due out this year. I thought it was due out in 2018.
Okay.
But nothing on The Last of Us 2. And we have no idea what Sucker Punch is working on.
Yeah, I was curious about that, so I did a little searching. And the last news article I can find related to Sucker Punch coming out was like in some obscure gaming journal blog from early 2015 that talked about how they'd recently put out advertisements for hiring designers, and like looking at the way the jobs are described, you can kind of get a sense of what kind of game they're building. And it seemed like they were bringing together a bigger team to put together basically Infamous Second Son, but much bigger and better.
Right.
But that was literally 2 years ago, when that article came out, and we have had nothing since then. The DLC for Infamous, was it Last Light, came out in 2014. What the hell were they doing? Like, this is a serious question.
Well, they're making popcorn.
Like they're like what probably
Pizza Party Time.
Pizza Party Time. Sucker Punch is one of my favorite developers. Like, Infamous is one of my favorite game series. And to not have any clue what the hell this very talented team is working on, really bothers me, because we didn't see them last year.
Yeah.
And now we don't see them again this year. And it's like... And normally I'd be like, we didn't see Square Enix this year at E3. At Sony's press conference.
No, we didn't.
But D23 is in July, and so is
That's
Tokyo
true.
Game Show. So a lot of the Japanese developers, you can go, okay, we'll see more at Tokyo Game Show, and Square said, oh, we'll tell you more about Kingdom Hearts at D23 on July 15th, because they released the combat trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3. So,
okay.
There's just so much missing from Sony that I was like, nothing, no surprises, no wow factor, no, oh, that's neat, oh, that's cool. It was just kind of, whereas Microsoft, I thought, we can move to Microsoft. Microsoft, I thought, did an amazing job. I think their biggest pitfall that they had was the price point on the Xbox One X.
Yeah, that's pretty high. I don't know whether that's really worth it for anybody right now, but I guess it's a thing, so there you go.
Like, the Xbox One X. It's the only gaming console that natively will play games in 4K.
Which is something if anybody has that kind of TV or kind of cares for that level of quality, I guess.
And my thing is, when we as gamers, we drop that kind of money, that $500, we're not just getting better visuals. It's for our next console generation. We're getting better visuals, better CPU processing, better AI, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, like, when PS4 came out, we all dropped $500 on it.
Yeah, we did,
and we didn't really complain about it.
Right, but
wait.
But it was a different console.
Wasn't it 400 and Xbox One was 500?
500, correct. Xbox One was $499, and the PS4 was $399.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
But everybody brings up, be like, oh, well, you paid $500 for, PS3, and you paid, $400 for your PS4 and $500 for your Xbox One. It's like, yeah, but that was a full console cycle. That was better AI, better density, not just better graphics. It's better overall gaming experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whereas with the Xbox One X, because they have to make sure that the games not only play on the Xbox One X, but also the Xbox One and PS4 for these multi-plat games. They
have to tone them down.
They can't use all the teraflops and CPUs and all that other bullshit. So you're paying $499 for better graphics. That is the only thing you're getting out of it. Better, smoother graphics. And possibly better frame rates.
Good.
Yeah.
Sony also showed off Marvel vs. Capcom, did they not?
That's true, they did. And they were like, hey, this story mode demo is out now, which is a cool concept.
It is.
I think it was a harder sell on people who had just seen the Dragon Ball FighterZ trailer, because that's all anybody seems to be talking about as far as fighting games.
The only thing I hear people talking about Marvel vs. Capcom is what the fuck happened to Chun-Li.
Oh yeah, no, Chun-Li looked weird in that trailer. Something went wrong with her face.
Like they did a Street Fighter V model of Chun-Li versus what you saw of Chun-Li in that trailer, and they were like, what the fuck happened to Chun-Li? Meth, not even once.
I don't think she looked that bad.
I didn't think the graphics looked that bad at all, but people were bitching about the animations and the graphics in Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
I felt like the screen was a little small. But outside of that, it seemed pretty damn good. If you ask me.
All right, but aside from that, what do we want to talk about for Microsoft, guys?
I didn't watch Microsoft.
Strong indie game showing.
Super strong ID at Xbox showing. Strong.
Yes. Still need to watch some of those trailers, honestly. But made me sad to not have an Xbox One. Especially, I mentioned this earlier. Seeing the trailer for Ori 2, a game which a sequel to which I never got to play. And still want to this day. What else was there for the indies?
That game I kept telling you to check out with the guitar guy.
The artist something?
The Artful Escape.
The Artful Escape. Yeah, I needed to pull that up.
What else? Okay, I can go through this list of ID at Xbox games that they showed off. Ark Survival Evolved, The Artful Escape, Ashen, Ashtaneer, Battle Right, Black Desert Online, Brawlout, Conan Exiles, Cuphead, which we finally have a release date, September 17th.
We have a release date for Cuphead.
Dark and
Hallelujah.
The Darwin Project, which also looked really cool, the Darwin Project. Deep Rock, Galactic, Dunk Lords, Fable Fortune, Fortnite, Hello Neighbor, The Last Night, Minion Masters, Observer, Ooblets, Path of Exile, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, Osiris New Dawn, Paladins, Champions of the Realm, Raiders of the Broken Planet, Riverbound, Robocraft Infinity, Shift, Strange Brigade, Surviving Mars, Unruly Heroes, and We Happy Few.
Hasn't We Happy Few been out for
We Happy Few is not out.
It's early access, isn't it? Or like a demo? Okay.
Early access. That's just the ID at Xbox games that they showed. They also showed a shit ton of other games. like Anthem, BioWare's new Destiny game.
Which looks like a better version of Destiny, which isn't a bad idea. It's really not a bad idea necessarily.
Destiny's more multiplayer oriented. This looks like it's a slightly more single player oriented as opposed to the multiplayer heaviness of Destiny.
I thought they were trying to push they gave you cool suits and they gave you an open world and not shitty menus that take forever to load. That in of itself is a huge step up from Destiny, honestly.
Anthem, I think, looks great.
What else was there? I'm trying to think. Assassin's Creed Origins. Finally got to see that game.
That actually looks fucking good, yeah. I was going to say. I watched some gameplay of it today, and I was thoroughly impressed.
I'm very happy that we waited a year on the cycle.
Yeah.
If this is the game that we're getting.
The RPG elements are what's kind of like excites me. Like you have to actually level up. It's like the content is balanced around how far you are in the games. You can't just kind of really. You can go anywhere, but it's not
I'm really curious to see how big it is, because if they give you like most of the Mediterranean, I would be very excited.
They have not revealed the world map yet.
I didn't think so. But yeah, excited to see what they pull out.
What's got me really excited about Assassin's Creed Origins is the fact that it looks like they took the best parts of Assassin's Creed and the best parts of Splinter Cell and combined them to make one hell of a game. And that makes me happy. I like the flying, marking targets, and being able to, like, the takedown mechanic from Splinter Cell being there. That makes me really happy.
Yeah, I didn't think of it that way. I guess I never played enough Splinter Cell.
I'm really excited for Assassin's Creed. It's one of the few games that I went online and pre-ordered like the minute I could.
Maybe I should do that. Well, maybe it's too early.
They showed off Code Vein, which is
which is anime Dark Souls, which is
you play as a vampire with supernatural abilities in a post-apocalyptic dystopian future.
Yeah, which is pretty interesting. So we'll see. It's the people. Other companies have been hit and miss on their Dark Souls clones. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Neo is great. The Surge and Lords of the Fallen were not so great.
They showed off Crackdown 3 again, which looks terrible this time.
Really?
Yeah, like the new Crackdown trailer, it's like, what the fuck happened to Crackdown?
Oh. That's unfortunate. Crackdown was kind of cool.
It kind of goes, like, too far. Like, it looks too Saints Row-y.
Oh, so they did Saints Row 4 for Crackdown.
Yeah, like, it starts off with a live-action Terry Crew. Like, the trailer they showed off was live-action Terry Crew just kind of yelling at the camera. And then he slowly morphed into the agent. And then I was like, and then it's like, explosions! And I was like, this is, that's not interesting. You brought up Dragon Ball Fighter Z, which you were mentioning. It looks cool to me, but go ahead and talk because I'm not a fighting guy, guys.
I still need to watch the trailer, honestly. Everyone's been talking about it, but I haven't paid too much. It's made by the Guilty Gear people. It's made by Arc System Works. So
is it a 2D fighting, or is it one of those shitty 3D Dragon Ball games?
2D.
It's shooting. Is it shooting in 3D?
It's 2D. Just 2D.
Oh, it's
2D. Side fighting.
2D Arc Systems Works fighting game Dragon Ball Z.
Okay, I could get behind that. That sounds really fucking cool. Yeah.
With 3-on-3, like Marvel vs. Capcom.
See, this is why people were suddenly not as excited for Marvel vs. Capcom right out of the gate.
That makes sense.
The 3v3 stuff really, I was like really interested when they started showing that stuff off because I like games like that. So.
Yeah.
They showed off Forza Motorsport 7 as well as unveiled a new Porsche.
A new Porsche.
Okay.
Yeah. Like an actual new Porsche, like an actual new car made a debut at E3.
Oh, cool, I guess. A new car for the game or a physical car that you can buy? A physical
car that you can buy.
Okay.
That's cool. The thing is, like, a new Forza it's great. I think that's cool, but
I want to sound excited, but it's just more Forza.
So what if it was Forza Horizon 4?
I want more Forza Horizon. I'd be excited about that.
Right, and I would too, but it's like it's just more the same. So it's kind of hard to be excited about that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Then they did their Xbox Live, their ID at Xbox, and then they showed off Life is Strange Before the Storm, which is a prequel to Life is Strange. It's a 3-episode prequel.
Yeah, we'll see how that works out.
It stars Chloe, but Ash isn't voicing Chloe.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know why.
That's weird.
The game that surprised me to the holy hell was Metro Exodus, which was the next game they showed off.
Yeah, Metro Exodus looked really cool.
I was sitting there and I'm like, is this Stalker? Is this Chernobyl? Like, what is this?
Those are both the same. Those are both the same thing.
I was gonna let him go for the sake of the speech.
What, isn't Chernobyl the sequel to Stalker?
Isn't it Stalker Shadows of Chernobyl? It's still Stalker.
I think there's a couple different subtitles for Stalker, and one of them involves Chernobyl.
Yes.
But I mean, yeah. So. But
I get what you're saying. Like both of them are very similar in the fact that they're Russian.
They're Russian,
they are,
and there's mutated things. And...
Yes, and it's kind of fucked up and kind of creepy. Yes.
So that's why I was like, what is this? And then the Metro thing came up, and I was like, oh, I want to play this now.
Yeah. Actually, you can get the Metro Redux is on sale right now. If you haven't played them, I think it's a recommendation. They're really good shooters.
They are good. The first one's
hard as balls. Yes, the first one's hard as balls. Second one's great. It's just a normal shooter.
I think I have both, but I haven't played the second. They're good though. What were you saying? You need a beer?
You need a beer?
What'd you say, Hollow?
I didn't say anything. Chris might need a new beard.
Oh, maybe.
Why do I need a new beard?
I don't know. That's what you said, no?
Okay.
I didn't say anything about a beard.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, well, as long as you don't need a new beard, then that's okay.
They showed more Middle-earth Shadow of War, which they look like they're doing good on, which is cool. I don't think we really need to talk about that. We talked about that on when they announced it.
It looks good.
The fact that they're doing a sequel to Ori and the Blind Forest makes me really happy.
Yeah.
Even the trailer made me sad because they were like showed 2 dead birds and this like cute little baby bird with Ori like trying to like soothe her. They showed Sea of Thieves, which looks kind of fun if you have a bunch of people that are going to play with you.
Yeah.
State of Decay 2 looks really good.
State of Decay 2 looks interesting.
State of Decay 1 was pretty decent.
Yeah, State of Decay 2 finally has actual built-in co-op at release. Yay!
About damn time. Wait, did the first one get co-op eventually?
I believe it did eventually.
Oh.
After I stopped playing.
Yeah, so that was a game, like, you're playing and you're like, where's the co-op? Like, the game screams like it should have co-op. Like, where is it? And then you realize there is none, and then you're just like, oh, well, fuck this.
State of Decay 2 looked really good. They showed a lot of gameplay of State of Decay 2, and that game just, if you like the zombie survival, running around, collecting shit, but in a closed setting on like H1Z1.
Exactly. That's a perfect way to describe it. Excellent way to describe it.
Yeah, it's H1Z1 except it's PvE rather than PvP. That's exactly what State of Decay 2 looks like, except now you can play with friends. They showed a game that is probably my game of the show for E3 from everything that I saw, and that's Super Lucky's Tale.
Really?
This game is a mascot platformer in 2017 that looks beautiful and interesting and amazing, and I want to play it now.
They ukulele.
This game looks like it's actually going to control well.
But ukulele was already a thing. It looked like it would control well too.
Yeah, but this is made by, I believe, Rare is making this game.
Right, but the old Rare made ukulele. This is the new Rare, and they made
some of the old Rare made.
You have to realize, Chris, Rare made.
Is this the new Rare making? Zero? Did they leave Rare to make this? The new Rare crew?
No, Rare is still at Microsoft. Microsoft owns Rare.
Okay. Yes. I thought you meant like the people that worked on those games though, as teams, because a lot of the old team left when Microsoft took over.
Can we take a minute and realize that Rare made Perfect Dark Zero? That was a thing.
We don't talk about Perfect Dark Zero. No, don't acknowledge its existence.
Don't acknowledge its existence. Yes.
Perfect Dark Zero was the only game I ever bought on a Saturday afternoon, took it back, played it for 30 minutes, and then immediately went back and returned it.
Oh, you know what we forgot to talk about with Sony? The game they showed the most of, which was Spider-Man.
What about Spider-Man?
Vaguely talk about that.
They showed that was the game they showed the most of, and it looked good. It looked like Batman.
Looks dope. It looks dope.
It looks fun.
Yeah, it looks dope. I'm on board.
And Miles Morales is in it, so that makes me happy.
It's also I didn't realize, but it's made. I'm sorry. It's made by what? Insomniac?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's kind of cool. And it's a full-on exclusive, meaning Microsoft doesn't get one.
Which is interesting.
Which is funny because Insomniac was like, we're going to go do third-party stuff, and they made that game Fuse.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't too bad, if I recall. It wasn't great.
No, that game was fucking terrible. I reviewed it for the site. That game was fucking ass.
That's true. I remember that.
Fuse was really good for the first 2 hours until you realized that it was rinse and repeat.
Oh, okay, never mind. Not this one. I played something else. What was the Gravity game? Inversion? No, not Inversion. There was another one.
What was the Gravity game? Maybe it was Inversion.
There's one where you can fuck with gravity, or the ground and the what game was that?
Oh, random aside, since we happened to bring up Super Lucky's Tale and we were talking about mascot platformers, which I'm all for if they're good.
Fracture.
That's another rough game
too. That one was okay. Not the greatest, but not bad. Definitely, I remember the fact that I remember playing that game. It means it did something right.
Okay.
Anyways, go on. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, several episodes back, I randomly brought up this mascot platformer indie game that was supposedly in the works, and you guys laughed at me because I pulled up the Wikipedia and it was this game is due sometime in 2016, and it was already 2017. That game, they recently released a trailer for it. It's coming out in September. It's a mascot platformer coming to PC. So I'm going to go ahead and send that out to Chris right now, and you should check that out.
I was really hoping that'd be so fuck you guys. but you didn't go that way.
I was going to be nice about it. But the trailer does look really cool, so I do want to share it with you guys, and then obviously you can watch it after the cast or whatever.
I guess we're not going to talk about... we can talk about... you can play all your old original Xbox games on Xbox One shortly.
Which is pretty cool.
Including discs.
Which is pretty cool.
Okay. Now, if only Sony would be oh, by the way, you can play all your PS2 games on your PS4.
That'd be fucking dope.
I'd be yes, thank you, because I hate hooking up my PS2 to play some PS2 games.
Well, see, here's the interesting thing, though, is that I think because Sony is so far ahead right now as far as sales this generation, I don't think they care enough to make the kind of concessions that Xbox One is willing to make for people. So I don't know if I necessarily see them doing a whole lot more besides some of the random PS2 re-releases they do on PSN. I don't know.
Oh, there was one other game I want to see at Sony's press conference that we didn't see.
Yeah.
I want Tokyo Jungle 2, motherfucker.
Oh, very aggressive.
So bad.
Tokyo Jungle 2 would be sweet.
I want that game so bad because I think that Dawn would be all over being able to play as a dog running through Tokyo and eating shit
while being high.
Yeah. I think that'd be awesome. I don't think we're going to talk about the EA press conference because I don't think
anything really substantial was shown during it, right?
By the way, the Call of Duty thing during the Sony press conference, Chris?
Yeah.
That was all multiplayer.
Oh, was it all multiplayer?
All of it was multiplayer. Yes, all of it was multiplayer.
Are they going to?
I want to try it and kind of hear what they're doing, but it looks really fucking good.
Okay.
I don't know about the balance issues and the perks and all that shit probably being unbalanced and really gay, but it looks fucking cool, right? It's not just me. It looked really fucking
really
cool.
Good.
It looked pretty good. I have to pull up the trailer again because mine was like stuttering when it got to that part of the press conference.
All right, let's talk Ubisoft. Let's move on to Ubisoft.
Ubisoft had some pretty good stuff.
I think Ubisoft had one of the best conferences.
They had one of the best conferences of their career, which was not a high bar for Ubisoft conferences, but it is an achievement nonetheless. They had a pretty exciting conference.
I have to say that when I first heard Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, I was like, this is going to be the most dumb shit game that Nintendo and Ubisoft have ever put out.
Yeah, I was going to be like, what is this garbage?
And then they revealed gameplay, and then you realize that it's Mario and Rabbids in an XCOM game, and you go, oh, I might actually play this. Like, I might really play this. And the other funny thing is, Miyamoto didn't come out for the Nintendo press conference, but he was at Ubisoft.
He came out for the Ubisoft conference. He fucking came out for the Ubisoft conference.
So, I think it looks really, really good. So,
yeah, yeah. Nintendo was potentially the dark horse winner of E3 this year.
There is no winner at E3.
But there's no winner.
The only winners are us.
But I think they had one of the best conferences, even though it was really quick and short. They still showed up at other people's conferences. It was cool.
Ubisoft showed off the Crew 2, which if you're into that kind of shit, I guess it was good for you.
It's a thing.
I heard the first game was terrible. That it was playable.
The Crew was Ubisoft's attempt at doing an MMO racing game, right? That's the Crew I'm remembering?
Yes. And I heard as long as you had people to play with, it was actually fun. But if you're playing it by yourself to play with other people, apparently it was not fun. That's what I heard. I don't know. I just don't know.
Like this, it seems like they ditched the team aspect and the take down this and do this kind of aspect and the class aspect of cars. In the Crew 2, it looks like it's just kind of like an open world racing game that features cars and dirt bikes and planes and boats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
It's it's cool.
It's got its audience, I guess. Like Kaleb said, it's cool.
It's cool, I guess.
Elijah Wood showed off a game called Transference.
I didn't see the trailer for that one. I just heard that he showed up in it, and it was weird.
And nobody really knows what the game is.
Really? It's one of those?
Yeah, it's a VR game that we don't know really what. It's about accessing people's memories, and there's a bunch of times in there where it's don't worry, you're gonna be okay. Nothing's real. This is just a memory of this other person. But they don't. You know what it looked like? It looked like Night Trap, but for 2017.
Hey, Night Trap is coming out again this year. They're remaking it.
One of the biggest surprises for me was Skull and Bones.
Skull and Bones was that was the unnamed IP that they they showed off, quote unquote, right?
Yes, this is the, hey, remember how much you guys loved being pirates in Black Flag? Here's a whole game with that.
An MMO game just based around being pirates.
Being a pirate.
That's awesome.
And it looks beautiful, and I'm pretty sure that
day one buy.
We'll all play this.
I'm not a pirate guy like you, Chris. I don't.
Well, me and Kaleb will play this.
You and Kaleb will play this.
What is that supposed to mean?
I'll
play. You're not a pirate guy?
I'm not a. Pirates are not in this year. Sorry.
Oh.
Yo, pirates are in this year.
Pirates are...
Was that all just a setup for that reference?
No, it wasn't. I just pulled the reference out because why not?
Yo, Hollow, they also announced this awesome new game. It's like you get in this spaceship and you get to explore this vast galaxy, and you get to land on other planets and fight other people in like this big ass spaceship, and you have the whole universe out in front of you.
Yeah, I heard about that one. And
it's gonna be the tits.
Yeah, I feel like I got tricked into buying that one.
No. This is a different game.
Has toys. This one has
toys that you buy to get upgrades to your ship.
They're calling it
by any chance called Lego Dimensions or something.
No, it's Starlink Battle of Atlas.
And the joke name already is No Man's Skylanders.
Oh, so you guys are actually not joking.
No, this is a game
I am not joking.
I thought you were trolling me or being a jerk or something. And
it's a thing.
Oh no. Why?
This came on and I went, oh, it's No Man's Sky, but made by Ubisoft with toys.
Like, no, I'm not doing it again. I'm not falling for something that's overhyped and that I know was going to be a flop. I knew No Man's Sky was going to be a fucking flop. I fucking told you guys, and you guys are like, no. Well, I don't know about Kaleb, but I know you were like, no, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. Randomly generated. Oh my god. I'm like, it's one of those. If it sounds too good to be true, then it's not true. And you guys were like, no, look, there's gameplay. I'm like, the gameplay is fully fucking, like, he knew. He was like, oh, look, this happens. Oh, my God, look at this big guy. Whoa. Oh, my God, look at the water. And I'm like, yeah, it's randomly generated, right? It's just like he's reading a script. I'm still kind of salty that you guys tricked me into buying that game.
Oh, no.
I'm still salty about it.
He's still salty about it?
Still salty about
don't
it.
be salty, Hollow. We love you.
Hollow, we should jump on and check out some of the new updates, including co-op.
I did hear that the updates did make the game slightly better.
I've heard that they've made it a lot better, and they're making it. They're trying to fix what they did, which was a year ago almost now.
To be very fair,
yes,
what they showed originally seemed exciting, but they fucking lied to us. So, no pity. Fuck those guys. No. Anyways. So no, I'm not falling for this new space toy game.
No, I won't fall for it again either. Don't worry, Hollow.
No, I don't do toy games.
Okay.
Not my thing.
Making sure.
Not my thing.
I buy amiibos, but that's about it, and I only buy Zelda amiibos.
Speaking of which, they announced 13 new amiibos over the course of the day.
Did they really?
For
I'll
Nintendo.
have to look into that. They showed us Far Cry 5.
They showed us Far Cry 5 finally.
They showed us a bunch of gameplay for Far Cry 5.
Gameplay for Far Cry 5.
And Boomer is the cutest fucking thing in the world.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
What's Boomer?
Boomer is this dog that you have with you, because now you get to hire people that are also in this county.
I'm Googling a picture of this dog.
And he is this mongrel mutt who is cute as fuck.
Oh, and he like brings you guns.
He brings you guns and shit.
I'm seeing like the first picture I see is him holding a gun, giving it to you.
It's a good concept.
Far Cry 5 looks like it's going to be the tits.
But again, 2018.
Far Cry 4 with more tits.
With 20%. 20%? 50%? 50% more tits? 3, I feel like it has to be.
Tits.
Well, my thing is they've completely changed the setting, so you're not like in some weird Asian countryside or mythical land.
They changed the setting from Far Cry 3 also to when they moved over to Far Cry 4.
Right, but you were still kind of like in a weird exotic land that you knew nothing about. And it was still like this weird kind of mystical, crazy thing. And with Far Cry 5, I think that the villain being a fundamentalist, crazy cultist dude who is like, make America great again, is really hitting home and is going to make for really good social commentary. I think placing it in America is a really good idea because it kind of lets us play on home turf, and it's not like you're not going to walk around and hear people speaking a weird language and be like, oh, they're exotic because they're speaking some language I've never heard of before. No, all these people are...
I'm so educated.
I'm so educated. Like...
I guess.
Like, I think this is a good... I think that Far Cry 5 is going to do very well, and I think the game looks astonishing. I love Far Cry, though. I love Far Cry so much.
Hollow, have you played both Far Cry 3 and 4?
Yes. Yes, I have. I finished 3, and 4 I tried, and it just got really boring because it was literally the same thing.
Do you have 15 minutes?
Oh, yeah, you could get the one ending.
You can beat Far Cry 4 in 15
minutes. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. Right at the very start.
Yep, you just wait for 15 minutes and the game's over.
Yeah, my cousin got that ending by accident, actually, oddly enough. It's really funny. He
did
like
he
called me, like,
deuce?
I don't remember what he did. He was like, oh, no, it's because the guy right at the start tells you to wait there. So he was like, I just waited. and then he called me. He was like, I finished the game. I'm like, you just bought it like 15 minutes ago. And he goes, yeah. I was like, okay. It's great.
Sweet.
Right on. That's pretty funny.
And then they showed Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Yeah. Beyond Good and Evil 2, it exists. It's coming eventually. The trailer looked cool, but it was mostly just CG.
The fucking prequel, though.
Yeah.
I've waited 15 years for a fucking prequel?
What?
Is it a prequel?
It's a fucking prequel. Jade's not even born yet. It's before the birth of Jade. I've waited 15 years to fucking continue Jade's adventure from the end of Beyond Good and Evil, and they're giving us a goddamn motherfucking prequel. I am beyond livid. As you guys just don't say anything. Did my computer freeze? Can anybody hear me? Oh, Skype crashed. That's lovely. I love when Skype crashes. Oh no. Skype has crashed. That's okay. Kaleb, I can't hear you at all. I don't know if you can hear me. Alright guys, this is called technical difficulties. I don't know if you guys can still hear me. Can you guys in the chat still hear me? Task manager, Skype, and the task. Okay, so that's gotta be ended. Then we go over here. We're still recording for some reason. You guys should still be able to hear me on Twitch. But I don't know. Ended. We're gonna try to pull Skype back up here. We're still recording for some. And we're gonna stop this recording. And Skype just crashed again. And oh, that's great. I love when Skype decides that it's going to restart in the middle of the goddamn podcast. It says that it won't take long. That's fucking great.
Early 2018.
Hey!
Pre-order for $50, please.
Hollis pre-ordering shit.
I'm pre-ordering all the cool things. Oh,
So,
Destiny 50.
What
Destiny?
was the last thing that you guys heard?
We were talking about Far Cry, and then where did we go from there?
We brought up Beyond Good and Evil 2.
That's right. No, we were talking about Beyond Good and Evil 2, and you were mentioning it was a prequel, and I asked the question, is it? Because I don't know enough about the game to tell whether or not it's like a sequel or not.
Yeah, they came
but then
out
you dropped.
They came out and said that it takes place before the birth of Jade. And what I was saying is, I'm really, really fucking livid.
Oh.
That I've waited 15 years for a sequel to Beyond Good and Evil to continue Jade's story.
I mean, did the first one have a really big cliffhanger towards the end?
It did and it didn't. And what makes me mad is, like, Beyond Good and Evil set up this mythos with Jade and taking down this corporation. You find out that there's more to this corporation by the end of Beyond Good and Evil. And that Jade is going to go, and her and PJ are going to go and take down the rest of this corporation.
Okay.
Oh.
And
Xenoblade Chronicles 2? That's apparently a thing. Sorry.
Yes. And then they fucking come out and they're like, Beyond Good and Evil 2. And I was like, yes, Beyond Good and Evil 2. And then they came out and they're like, it's a prequel before Jade was born. And I was like, no, fuck you guys.
Oh. Tell us how you really feel.
Cop out.
I'm angry that it's a prequel, but I'm really happy that the game's being made at least.
Yeah, that's so. I mean, how long theoretically till you get another one after that?
That's my thing. I'm gonna be like 80. I was 15 when the first Beyond Good and Evil came out.
I heard that the Ubisoft guy, who's like one of the, I guess the creator of it, was like in tears as he was
yeah, he came out crying.
Introducing it, yeah.
He came out and he was crying. And he couldn't stop thanking Yuri enough. But I don't know. I love Beyond Good and Evil, and the fact that they're making another one makes me really hype. I'm just really upset that it's a prequel.
Okay. Should I play the first one?
You should play the first one.
Okay, that's what I've heard for a long time. I just never really put in the effort to like buy it and play it. It's pretty cheap now, though. I think even the remake,
all right,
or the HD update.
We have 2 conferences left to talk about.
Okay, we got Bethesda,
which was really quick. It was less than 40-minute conference, and we have Nintendo, which was also really quick. But I think there's more to talk about with Nintendo than Bethesda.
Yes. There is.
So, you want to run through Bethesda really quick? Kaleb, run through Bethesda really quick, because I know you watched this.
Yeah, Bethesda was a lot of general updates to Elder Scrolls Online. It was Wolfenstein 2, which is fucking awesome. It was Evil Within 2, which is also pretty awesome, that game. First one, obviously, pretty divisive, but really, I'm just happy that Shinji Mikami is getting a chance to take a swing at it again, and maybe this one will be something really special. And there was
something special.
I did too, personally, but I feel like given a second chance, he could make something that maybe everybody really loves. I loved how punishingly difficult it was. I felt like that's what survival horror really should have been, or should it be. But yeah, we've talked about this before, I think.
Yeah, we have.
But excited to see whatever the hell they're doing. I thought it was an interesting premise, especially if you like, B horror movie plots. So we'll see, I guess. What do you think?
I'm really excited.
I pre-ordered stuff.
What else did you pre-order?
$400 worth of stuff.
What did you pre-order?
Assassin's Creed, Destiny, Call of Duty, Far Cry.
You pre-ordered Destiny 2?
I pre-ordered it. I can cancel it whenever the hell I want. It's
true.
$50, so I'll save like a shitload of money.
When does it come out again?
September 8th, supposedly.
Really? That is
Red Dead 2, Spider-Man, and Kingdom Hearts 3.
I've had Spider-Man pre-ordered for 2 years.
What?
I've had Spider-Man pre-ordered since the announcement trailer 2 years ago.
Ooh, I remember that. Ooh. That's right, when they brought it out, the real quick, teaser, 30 seconds.
Yeah, and Amazon put it up. And
does Assassin's Creed not have a release date?
Is it November?
Amazon states it does not. So I'm probably going to end up having to fight
October
them.
27th.
October 27th. October's going to be a good month for everyone, but not especially for Sony.
This is what I currently have pre-ordered. I have Assassin's Creed, Spider-Man, and Kingdom Hearts 3.
I just threw stuff on there that was $50, and I'll just probably cancel a bunch of it.
Kingdom Hearts 3, I've had pre-ordered since 2014.
Wow.
So there you go.
So you're just waiting.
I'm ready.
You're just waiting.
I'm ready. I'm super ready.
His body is ready.
My body's ready. They also showed off Skyrim on Switch.
They did.
At Bethesda. They showed off Fallout 4 VR.
Do we have a release date for the Skyrim on Switch?
Everything that Bethesda showed off is released in 2017.
Oh, really? Even Wolfenstein?
Everything Bethesda... Yeah, Wolfenstein is 2 weeks after Evil Within 2.
Ah, sick. Okay. Yeah. Awesome.
That's Bethesda's thing, and it's one of the reasons people are like, oh, well, they didn't show us this, and they didn't hint at anything coming after this, and it's like...
It's only stuff's coming out this year.
Bethesda uses E3 to go, hey, guys, this is the games that we have coming this year. And please be excited. And we go, yeah, of course we're excited. It's Bethesda. You guys make great fucking games. So.
Yeah.
So they showed off Return to Morrowind. They showed off... Right after that, they showed off the club.
The
Content Club. Which is going to be mods for PC and consoles that is okayed by Bethesda that won't turn off your achievements.
Oh.
That you're going to have to pay for.
Oh.
Interesting.
So it's going to be official/unofficial DLC.
Nice. Okay.
Baby.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
What makes me think that the Morrowind expansion that's been in the works for a really long time might be one of the first things that is released as part of this content club.
Really?
I really do, because they showed Morrowind and they were like, Morrowind was the first game that we released 15 or 20 years ago that had mods in it. And now here we are, we're the first people to release mods on consoles, and billions of mods have been downloaded, and now we're announcing Content Club. And that Morrowind mod for Skyrim has been in the works for 3 or 4 years.
Are you talking about the official, unofficial one, Skywind?
Skywind.
Or
Skywind.
Okay.
I think that's going to be the very first Content Club piece that comes out that adds Morrowind to Skyrim.
Shit, if it was, I'd probably have to buy Skyrim again.
And that makes me very happy.
Kind of tired of buying Skyrim over and over again, to be completely honest.
I'm pretty tired of buying Resident Evil 4.
I'm tired of buying Final Fantasy VII. I've been buying Final Fantasy VII since 1996. I'm done.
How many times have you bought it?
No, but they have a new. but they have a new version, and it's gonna be the same but better. So you can buy it again for the next 10 years as it's released on every other console ever in better
Fantasy
version.
VII on every platform that I possibly have been able to.
Oh.
Wow.
So.
Wow is kind of right.
That's right.
I think the only Sony console I haven't been able to buy Final Fantasy VII on was PS2. Pretty sure.
Yeah. It was not on PS2.
But it was downloadable on PS3 and PS4
Yes,
and PSP
yes.
and Vita.
Yes.
And PC and my iPhone and my Kindle and the original.
It is on your iPhone and your Kindle, isn't it? I completely forgot about that.
The PS3, PSP, and PS Vita version are all the same.
Are they all the same?
They're all the same version. So if you own one, you own all of them.
One, yeah. Well, I know that I have them on all of those, so I wasn't sure if I bought them that many times or if I just own it that many times. But,
wow.
Yeah, I'm so done with buying copies of Final Fantasy VII. Skyrim, on the other hand, to be able to play it on the go, I think I'd buy it one more time on the Switch.
Yeah.
Like, not that I need the Zelda, like the awesome Zelda stuff that they showed off at the Bethesda press conference, because I already have that with a mod on the Xbox One. But, like, to be able to play it on the go is something that I'd enjoy.
Okay.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
They showed off Doom VFR.
It's cool.
Very fucking realistic is what what it stands for.
I like that. That's pretty good.
And that was Bethesda. Like, Wolfenstein looks really good.
Okay. You've played Doom, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. How many people are actually going to fall over while playing that? Because that game moves really quickly.
Yeah, I was going to say, that seems like it would be intense.
Yeah, really disorienting.
Like, very disorienting.
Yeah, like that move. That game moves quite quickly. I want to say that's. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that.
Well, I'll have to pull up that trailer too. Dang.
It looks like you play a robot on the Mars space station before the main character wakes up, by the way, in VFR.
Oh, okay. So it wouldn't be the first one, or it wouldn't be Doom, but it'd be in VR.
Right. It's not just Doom in VR like they're doing with Fallout 4.
Fallout 4 would be an interesting VR too.
Well, that's what they're doing. It's Fallout 4 VR.
Yeah.
That seems I'm really freaked out with the VR when you can see their hands and like you only see up to a certain part of your hand and then it kind of disappears.
Oh yeah.
Like that bugs me a little bit and I'm like, I don't know how I'd be able to do that. What were we talking about where they were playing it and it looked like to shoot an arrow would be a pain in the dick?
Skyrim VR.
Yeah, it looked jank. The jank is real.
The jank is real. But I will buy Wolfenstein 2. I want to know how they kept BJ alive.
Yeah, I want to know. I'm actually super interested in where this story goes, even though it's very B-movie-ish. It's very engaging, actually.
Like I'm a little upset that BJ's back. Like they killed him.
Yeah.
Like that was like the big sacrifice moment at the end of Wolfenstein. Well, the reboot of Wolfenstein that they came out with on, what was it, Xbox One, PS4?
Yeah, that was 2 years ago, I want to say.
New Order, right?
Yes, which is a very interesting game, honestly.
BJ makes, like, this huge sacrifice at the end, and it kind of defines his character throughout the whole game, and then they kind of just throw it all out the window because he's back for 2.
No, but he has to have kids now, because it's video games, I guess. Because I honestly don't know. It was kind of weird, but at the same time, I wasn't sure I should be mad that there's more Wolfenstein.
What my favorite thing about Wolfenstein, though, is the fact that it takes the over-the-topness of Doom, but adds the Bethesda storytelling into it.
Yeah, I think they did a pretty good job with the last story.
And they keep it really nicely balanced.
Yeah.
So.
It's good.
All right, let's talk about Nintendo.
Talk about Nintendo.
Hollow, did you see anything from Nintendo?
I did not see anything from Nintendo.
Okay.
I want to pull up the list for this one.
New Pokemon. New Pokemon is.
Yes. This was
they did not show anything.
The trolliest possible announcement. A trailer that's literally just a developer working at his desk saying, "Hey, we're working on a core Pokemon game for Switch. It's coming next year. Get ready," and that's it.
He didn't even say it's coming next year. His exact words are, "It may not be out for another year or so."
Okay. Oh no.
But they're also making Pokemon Sun and Moon. What's it called?
Or the
ultimate versions, right?
Ultra Pokemon Sun and Moon,
which is a new story
in the same world. Though
it's a new story with new areas opened up, and new Pokemon that they couldn't put into original Sun and Moon. If that
it's basically Pokemon Black 2 and White 2, but Sun 2 and Moon 2.
Which I'm okay with because I really like the Aloha region, and if this gives us access to new Alohan versions of old Pokemon, that'll make me really happy.
Imagine Alolan's starters for the first Gen 1. Oh my god.
That's what I'm hoping for, is
Alolan Charizard. Oh my god.
I'm hoping for that and some of the evolutions that we're missing.
Ooh, missing evolutions.
Missing.
We don't have a Dragon type evolution. We don't have a Steel type evolution.
Okay, I see what you mean. I was trying to figure out missing, which ones were not in the game. They were all in the game.
Right. They were all in the game. I'm talking about evolutions
that
don't exist.
Yeah. Okay.
Because usually Eevee has a different evolution for every type, and as they expand, they were releasing new evolutions. We got Umbreon, we got Espeon, we got Glaceon. We finally got a grass type with Leafeon. We got that fairy one with, I want to say Sylveon, but that was the last one we got. And there's no Dragon Eevee, there's no Fire Eevee, not Fire Eevee. There's no Poison Eevee, there's no Insect Eevee, there's no Steel Eevee. There's evolutions that are missing, so that would make me happy.
Alolan Alakazam. That'd be pretty dope.
When is that coming out? Is that this year?
That's this year.
Because I was gonna say, I think that's the only thing of theirs that they didn't show at E3.
Well,
they did the Poke Direct beforehand.
That's right. They announced. What was that, last week?
Yeah, the Pokemon Tournament and Pokemon Sun and Moon Ultra.
Nice.
I'm guessing Pokemon Tournament is just an update to the original Pokemon Tournament.
4 new characters.
I was kind of hoping
Decidueye
would have
the black and red ghosty looking Pokemon. I can't remember all the characters.
Black and red ghosty looking.
Dark something.
Darkrai?
Yes, Darkrai. Thank you.
Oh, was Gardevoir in that before?
No, he's new.
She. Well, it looks more like a she, but it can be an it.
Yeah.
A he. Okay, yeah, that's cool.
Okay, so Nintendo announced they showed us Xenoblade Chronicles 2, more of that, and boy is that a JRPG.
Oh man, I'm not sure whether or not this is a game for me anymore after seeing this trailer. It looks really good. I just don't know if that's a Kaleb game.
So, is it similar to What was the game on the Wii U?
Xenoblade Chronicles.
Is it?
Yeah, it was the first one. The one that is like $80 because it's so rare now.
That's Xenoblade.
No, that's on the Wii.
That's on the Wii. Yeah.
Xenoblade.
And it's actually only like $50 because EB Games was actually hoarding them.
Oh, that's
what.
And then they opened up all the copies and released them to the wild. It's like a $50 game.
What's the one on the Wii U?
Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Oh, yeah, that's
one. Okay.
Is that even in the same universe?
Yes.
Is it really? Okay, that game is overwhelming.
Oh.
I bought that game, and I tried playing it, and it felt like I was playing an MMO.
I remember this. And
I was all into it at first, and then I just couldn't fucking figure it out. It was so overwhelming, and there was so much shit going on, and nothing made sense, that after a while I just gave up. I was like, this is too much. Like, I don't even know what the fuck is happening anymore. And then they're like, okay, do this quest. So I went to the quest, and it was too hard.
I was like, I don't understand. What am I supposed to do here? Because like it's like I fight one enemy and I have to sit there and heal, like as if I was playing a real MMO. And I'm like, there's no one playing. Why is this like an MMO? Is there someone watching me play this? Like, what's going on? Anyways, yeah,
wow.
That was yeah. Oh, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, apparently $100 on Amazon.
Tokyo Mirage Sessions?
Yeah.
Is that the... What crossover was that?
That's the Fire Emblem...
Shin Megami?
Shin Megami Persona crossover.
Yeah.
Pretty good game. I should actually go back and play that. That was not too bad. That one was good.
Wait, is Chris... Did he disappear again? Chris?
No, he's there.
Oh.
Anyways, yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. That's actually kind of exciting. Assuming it's not as terrifying as the Wii U one.
You need to play it and tell me how it is.
Okay. Actually, this is probably what will make me buy a Wii U.
Really?
Or a Switch, yeah.
Everything else on here is what will make me buy a Switch.
Oh, yeah.
Except for this one?
We're just...
Okay.
We're just starting with the Switch, though, baby. We're just starting.
They announced a multiplayer Kirby game, which looks really fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's just coming 2018, but still, it's coming. It looks good.
It looks very good. Then they did the Pokemon thing. Then they showed Metroid Prime 4.
And said, it's coming.
It's coming.
Not, but, just... Not literally nothing, but the teaser was literally like a 5-second nothing of the logo, and then it's coming.
Right. Nobody's complaining about Pokemon, but everybody's like, oh, they just showed a fucking logo for Metroid Prime.
Yeah,
they
seriously,
didn't
everyone...
show a logo for Pokemon. The guy just said, yeah, it's coming.
I think it's because Pokemon fans are just excited to get more Pokemon.
But they know more Pokemon is coming. We did not know any kind of Metroid was coming ever.
Right, but Metroid could look different. Metroid could look different. You have to remember they did. What was the Metroid? What was the stupid, weird, side-scrolly Metroid on the Wii?
Yeah, what was the Other M?
It's like Other M. Yeah.
The one that was the Ninja Gaiden one.
Yes.
But this is Metroid Prime 4,
which is actually very exciting because Metroid Prime is actually fucking sweet.
Is very
Metroid
sweet.
Prime is sweet.
Then they showed this really cool Yoshi game, which looks like Woolly World,
but like kind of in 3D.
So it looks like Little Big Planet meets Yoshi.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good way to put it.
Is it just me or okay? So like these like $60 Yoshi and Kirby games don't feel like they're worth the $60 necessarily.
Well,
is it just
World
me?
Wasn't $60 when it launched.
How much was Woolly World?
$40.
40. Well, so like 50 here. That's the same.
It's $20 cheaper than a normal game.
I mean, I feel like it's been a while since I played like a really good Kirby game, and that's
I want to play these Kirby games and these Yoshi games and all that, but I just don't feel like they're worth the money. Like it's like they're short, they're very quick, and they're very easy. They're meant for children, like obviously.
I was gonna say let's wait until reviews come out for this one and see what they say. Because if it is like a 10 to 12 hour game, would that be enough for you for co-op?
Yeah. Okay. Now there's another game that they announced that you guys, I don't know if Chris saw it, but Kaleb, you said it looks amazing. Was Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh, did you see it?
No, but the pre-order price here in Canada is $97.
What? Oh my god.
That is pre-order from Amazon, not from a third-party buyer, from Amazon.
From Amazon. 97 Canadian dollars.
Pokken Tournament, $99.99.
$47.99 is my price at checkout.
What the fuck is going on here?
I just pre-ordered Mario Odyssey, by the way.
Did you see the trailer?
Of course I saw the trailer.
Oh, it's so fucking good.
You can throw your hat on things that become things, like bullet bills and Goombas and taxi cabs.
That's the craziest. And you can steal cars like in Grand Theft Auto, but in Mario. That's amazing.
And become a T-Rex.
And become a T-Rex. When he became a frog, like that was like...
That's when you lost it.
So when I saw you could become a frog, I was like, that's a pretty cool power. And then I saw him doing it to everything, and then I like shat myself. And then he fucking did it to a Bullet Bill and just flew all over the place, and I was like, what even is this game?
He became a Goomba and then stacked other Goombas on underneath him so that he could reach higher platforms as a Goomba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, and there's like Red, White, and Blue Mario and Mexican Mario and
Mexican Mario. And Peach is in a wedding dress for some reason.
And there's humans. I'm hoping that I can throw a hat on a human and become a Mario human.
And there's like a weird big band jazzy soundtrack.
It's so good.
It looks so fucking good.
I was so worried that they were going to be like, yeah, this game coming October 27th, 2018. Yeah. And then they didn't, and I was like, yes.
Yeah, I told you, man. I told you.
I need to interrupt you guys for 1 second. Did you guys see this? Okay, we're leaving Nintendo for just a second, but I want to know if you guys have seen this.
Yes.
The new PS4, the 1 terabyte gold PS4.
Yes.
Oh.
That's like super cheap.
Yes.
Have you guys seen this?
Yes.
How cheap is it? I didn't know it was cheap.
$250.
Oh.
For a 1 terabyte PS4, and it's
not a Pro.
Gold. No, not a Pro.
It's PS4.
But
and it's gold. Yes, I saw them in Target the other day.
Yeah, that's kind of fucking cool. I kind of want that.
If I buy a PS4, it's going to be a Pro.
Yeah, well, I was just about to say, like, if I spend $300, I'm going to buy a Switch because I already have a PS4.
It's been a while since we've had Holo. We got to catch up on Holo news.
Anyways, no, sorry. I just saw it on Amazon here, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember about this. It's kind of cool.
No, it's cool. It's cool, man.
They also touched on Breath of the Wild's DLC, which looks really cool. Like, the first one's meh, but the second one's called Ballad of the Champions, which means that you might be able to play as the champions.
And it looked pretty interesting. The second one looked pretty cool.
And they're all getting their own amiibos.
Didn't get a Switch. You don't have a Switch, right?
Own amiibos. So
Chris, you don't have a Switch, right?
No, but I have Switch games pre-ordered.
Oh. Damn, so prepared.
Well, me and Dawn have already talked it out. She's going to this photography convention thing in October, and that's costing her a bunch of money. So as long as I can save myself up enough money, as soon as I have enough money, I can buy myself a Switch.
You could come to Canada.
I can buy myself a Switch. No, Canada's not going to cost me $300 to get there because I'm just going to get in my car and drive.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
And 7.5 hours later, I knock on your door and go, "Hi, Chris, how are you?"
I need to take a nap now because I'm about to pass out.
When we were upstate, we went upstate 2 weeks ago, and I googled the directions to your house from our summer house. It takes us 4 hours to get to the summer house, and I'm like, "Oh, we are 2 hours and 45 minutes away from Chris."
Oh, if you had your passport, you could have literally came by, we could have hung out, and then you could have gone back on the same day.
On the same day.
On the same day.
Now here's the thing that was missing from Nintendo's like press conference, which they are now leaking in like their Treehouse stuff, is all the 3DS stuff.
Oh yeah, including a remake of the remake of Metroid 2 for Game Boy, which is now coming for 3DS and looks pretty sweet.
They just announced a remake of Superstar Saga, which was a Game Boy Advance game.
That was the last Mario game I think I played on my Game Boy Advance before the DS came out.
That's John's favorite GBA game ever, and they're remaking.
Is it really?
Yep.
That's a solid game.
I think I have that game. Yeah, that game is pretty dope.
So,
I have that one.
I think, like, after watching Sony's press conference last night, I was a little downtrodden on where gaming was. And this episode, just talking to you guys about everything that was shown and all the really awesome things that
there's definitely a lot of cool stuff. There's definitely a lot of cool stuff coming.
There's a lot of cool stuff still coming this year. And there's a lot of great stuff to look forward to next year.
Yeah.
Yes. Is that... have we gone through everything for Nintendo now?
I think we have.
Okay, because there was one thing I did want to touch on, actually. One other kind of Dark Horse developer that gave off just a couple trailers here and there that were actually pretty interesting that I think you guys should check out. Sega released trailers for Yakuza Kiwami, which is a remake of the original Yakuza 1, and it looks fucking amazing. Yakuza 6, which looks kind of interesting. Not sure if that'll be your thing. Sonic Mania looks amazing. I don't know if you guys have been looking at the trailers for this game.
Sonic Mania.
It's
this up right now.
Sega literally hired a bunch of guys who were making their own Sonic fan games and brought them onto this project to help them create like a good mix of new and old Sonic. And it looks like Sonic 2, but like half of it is Sonic 2 levels, and then the rest of it is completely remade Sonic 2 levels with like tons of new mechanics and crazy bullshit. It looks awesome.
I'm watching the Sonic Mania trailer right now.
Just wait till the crazy shit starts showing up. But it looks really cool.
You know who's probably really into this? Remember our good friend Max?
I was talking to Max about this earlier today.
And he's probably really into it, right?
He's pretty into it. I mean, I think it looked really cool too, honestly. I might grab that when it comes out in August.
It's pretty rad.
And the Sonic game they're releasing for this year, Sonic Forces.
Why is everything
I haven't been a huge Sonic fan since like Adventure 1 and 2, but it actually looks pretty decent. So I'll be checking out reviews for that at least when it comes out. Looking forward to see how that is. And I said check out that trailer too, but the ones you really got to focus on, Sonic Mania and Yakuza Kiwami, both awesome.
What is this game?
It's
Sonic.
What do you mean?
It's Sonic,
new
Chris.
2D adventure, okay.
Yeah, but let me show you like a level.
It looks like Sonic.
It looks like a good Sonic game.
It looks like Sonic.
No.
Here,
but
I'll send you like this. Hold on. What?
Can we stop, because that's the same sentence that's used every single time a Sonic game comes out? It looks like a good Sonic game. It looks like it could be a good Sonic game.
No.
Yes.
I don't know, man.
I don't trust these Sonic games, man.
Here, I will send you the gameplay trailer. Take a look. Just 6 minutes of gameplay. You want this too,
No,
Chris?
I have 12 minutes of gameplay that I'm watching right now.
Good. I think that's the one I was watching earlier. Paulo, what's the easiest way to get this to you? Skype?
Yeah, Skype.
Okay.
Yeah, this Sonic Mania looks like a good Sonic game.
Yeah, it's basically just like Sonic 2 if it were remade today with, what new mechanics and stuff they could come up with.
But I don't like that I'm just seeing Green Hill Zone again.
What's wrong with Green Hill Zone?
Until he starts lighting everything on fire.
When does he start lighting everything on fire?
When he gets the firepower and like shit just falls apart behind him.
He doesn't have the firepower. He's got nothing. He's trying to push spikes right now.
Yeah, watch him go past the spikes.
I'm watching. Okay, Kaleb, guys, go watch Sonic Mania trailer because supposedly Sonic's gonna light some shit on fire.
He is gonna light some shit on fire.
But
it's
just Sonic.
That's pretty good. Check out.
At
like the 2 minute mark. There's at like the 2 minute mark. There's a Knuckles level that looks really interesting and plays entirely different, but still looks pretty good.
I'm waiting for fire.
He gets a power up.
He does.
And
he gets a bunch of different power ups.
Lights things on fire. Not a lot of things.
Not a lot of things, but he does light some shit on fire. And then he gets a bubble and he starts bouncing around in the water.
I want this game.
It has all the old sound effects.
Yeah, go to so it's like two
ridiculously large.
Like 2 minutes and 50 seconds, and then the Knuckles level starts.
This guy should be done the level.
He should what?
Like the worst part about watching this 12 minutes. By the way, guys, watching this 12 minutes of gameplay, I'm realizing that the person that's playing the Sonic game is really bad at playing Sonic games.
Oh, well. Yeah.
And that bothers me. I think that's what bothers me the most about watching this, is that this guy's really bad at Sonic.
He's pushing
into walls and shit.
Speaking of people being good or not good at the games that they're demoing, these unnamed test players that they record for these things, So people, this is like a debate I was seeing having a bunch of places. People were talking about like whether or not, so how like real the Spider-Man's trailer was, or whether or not it was all just scripted events used for the trailer, or whether or not that was things like the player was actually doing. Have you guys heard about that?
Yeah, you brought it up last night.
A la No Man's Sky.
A la No Man's Sky. I don't know. I watched the trailer again just to get a sense of it, just to see what I felt about it, and it didn't really feel like a scripted event. The more I watched it, it just felt like someone who'd been playing this demo way too fucking much, so that they could be as awesome at playing it as possible, as opposed to like Kaleb going through on his first try and fucking everything up a couple times on his way through. I think a lot of this was just stuff the guy was doing. I think it's a lot more open game than people are giving it credit for.
Okay, now here's my thing. Do you think that you have to pull that tail back, or do you think you could let people die?
Ooh, well, see, that brings into the question whether or not the game would have like a morality system or something. You think so?
Were the Knuckles stages always like this?
Flying around and stuff?
Yeah, wall climbing and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
remember
like
that.
the big thing with Knuckles was you fly.
And
I was never a huge fan of Sonic and Knuckles.
Really? You never grew up playing them on like a Genesis or anything?
Yeah. But I was all about Sonic 2. Sonic 2 was just always my thing. Like I never really liked Sonic and Knuckles.
I mean, Sonic 2 is still the gold standard for Sonics. I'm gonna. This might be a hot take, but I'm gonna say that right now.
This is a Sonic game that people seem to have been asking for the past 20 years, 25 years. I want to say.
Are you saying since Sonic 2 came out, this is what they've wanted?
Well, no. Since what was the last one? Like 2D Sonic game,
3.
like Sonic
and Knuckles,
3 or
right?
Sonic and Knuckles.
Sonic and Knuckles.
Well, yeah,
because you could
I
put any of
Sonic and Knuckles Sonic 3.
But didn't they actually make a Sonic 3?
They did.
Sonic 3D Blast.
No, they did make a 3.
Did they make a Sonic the Hedgehog 3?
And then they made Sonic and Knuckles. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I think so.
They did.
Anyways,
separate games.
This seems to be the one. I mean, what was it? Sonic Generations?
Yep.
That was
all right. No, that was the 360 PS4 Wii as well, I believe. One.
That was the one where you had the 2D sections and the 3D sections.
Yeah.
Is that on PS4?
Mm-hmm.
PS3.
Oh yeah. Probably.
But like, this looks pretty legit. Anyways, yeah. Oh, you can play as Tails also. Does this mean he's just gonna die over and over again?
He might.
Can I plug my little brother's controller into Control Part 2 so that he can be Tails?
Oh, man.
And he can just jump into spikes over and over again and not bother me?
Oh my god, Tails flying is the most adorable thing ever. Okay.
Alright guys, let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
E3 was actually not bad, but it wasn't the amazing, here's all this stuff we didn't know about. It was a lot of stuff we know about, a lot of stuff that's coming out in 2018.
Yeah.
No big surprise, no big shocker. There's no like one thing that everybody's talking about positively. There's a lot of negative stuff that people are talking about, but there's nothing one big thing that people are talking overly positive about.
Yeah.
But I think overall it was an okay show.
Yeah.
Lucky Tales game looks so good.
I'm going to pull up the trailer now just because it keeps saying that. There was something I was actually hoping to chat about now that we've gotten to the end of E3 regarding some of the people who may or may not be listening to us. You mind if I... So, as we were talking about all this stuff, and especially last night as we were chatting about the Sony conference, it's come to my attention that it's probably time to, invest maybe in a different console for the end of this year, since there's so many cool exclusives coming. And I was curious what you guys thought would be better, Switch or an Xbox One, if I could only choose one. What do you think?
If you could only choose one?
Yes.
if you could only choose one, I would go with both of them.
Yeah, with both of them.
As your one.
As my one.
Yeah. Because I wouldn't even know because there's so much good shit on the Xbox One. But it's like looking at what's coming up on the Switch, like the Switch actually looking pretty fucking good right now. Like seriously, in all fucking seriousness, the Switch is looking pretty fucking good.
Switch looks pretty good.
I'm gonna try to buy one this weekend.
No, don't do that.
I have the money.
No, you don't. So do I, but it's not a good idea.
I really do. I've been putting money aside for like months now.
No, I don't think that's a good idea. We should just play some.
With my wife.
We should just keep playing Heroes of the Storm and saving money.
Man, I mean, if you get a Switch, I might have to go get a Switch this weekend.
I might also. Actually, it's really funny because I was honestly contemplating going to buy a Switch today. Like it was honestly on my mind.
Are they still are they still in low numbers though? That's the one thing I want to know. Or are they easy to get now?
You can get them at like Walmart.
Amazon here in Canada sold out.
Amazon has them. Amazon sold out here as well, but you can walk it. Like the Walmart that's down the street from me currently has 7 in stock.
Oh, well, maybe I'll go check out Target and Best Buy and see what I can find.
Kind of creepy that you know exactly how many they have in stock.
Yeah, that is a little weird.
Anyways, yeah, no, it's funny that me and you were both thinking about getting one. But yeah, Caleb, for your question, honestly,
Xbox One.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what? I think Xbox One because you can not only you probably get a cheaper one, but there's also more shit you can get for cheaper.
Yeah.
And it seems like
there's a lot more exclusives that you can play right now. Like if you go this weekend and buy an Xbox One, there's a lot more games that you can play right now.
For cheaper.
With the Switch, where it's like you can play Zelda and Mario Kart.
But if I get a Switch, we can like play snipper clips and stuff. And Bomberman.
Yeah, but if you get an Xbox One, you guys can play a bunch of other stuff.
Sunset Overdrive.
I do want to play Sunset Overdrive, but I really want to play Bomberman.
Absolutely worth the money. What else is there out there? There's all sorts of Halo.
You can also play Cuphead when it comes out.
Dead Rising.
And Gears of War 4.
And 3.
And Gears of War 4.
What's that?
Did you like Gears of War 4?
I did. I just never got to finish it because my co-op partner flaked out on me.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
Rare replay for like $1.
Amazing, by the way.
And it's like $1.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think most places are like give it away now because it's like there's so many of them. And no one wants
$7 for mine.
Yeah.
Dang.
And it's like, oh, you want to play Conquer's Bad Fur Day? Okay, go ahead.
Go for it.
Banjo Kazooie? Okay. You want to play Banjo Tooie? Okay. Nuts and Bolts? Okay.
Do it.
Viva Pinata?
Ooh.
Absolutely.
I never played Viva Pinata.
Yeah, it's all.
Do that.
And you can download Castlevania Symphony of the Night from the Xbox Live Arcade and play Symphony on the Xbox One.
On an Xbox One, but not a PS4?
But not a PS4.
But not a PS4. I have been really wanting to play that game again.
Because the PS4 resembles a gaming machine, whereas Xbox One resembles more of a pachinko machine, so that's why it's on there.
It's because the PS4 is the future of gaming consoles, and the Xbox One is more like an all-in-one arcade machine.
It may be a pachinko machine in disguise. That's why it's on there.
Mine doesn't make any loud clanging noises.
Mine does.
Oh. I guess you shouldn't have thrown it across the room.
Actually, I haven't thrown my consoles across the room yet. Actually, nope, that's a lie. The Wii U did fly the other day.
Did it have Red Bull?
I may have.
All right, guys, if you guys want to get in touch with us and be part of the show, we'll probably go back to answering your emails next week like we have been lately. You can send us emails to podcast@gamingdeath.com. You can like us on Facebook, facebook.com/gamingdeath. And remember that we are live usually every Thursday nights at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Though I'm going to talk to the guys, our time may change. If possible. But that's going to do it for tonight. I'm Chris.
I'm Hollow, I guess. I'll go first. That's
I'm
fine.
Kyle.
Have a good night, everybody.
I guess.
Yo.
Yeah, that was awesome. Good job. Oh, it's so nice to have Hollow back. It's so nice to. It was so nice to have you.
It was pretty nice. It was pretty nice to have Hollow back.
It was so nice to have you.
Because it's so good. Because he shit on things.
It's fine.
Because you don't. It's not because he shits on things. It's because
that's true.
Me and Kaleb like to suck things off.
Oh yeah, well.
And you kind of are like this reasonable voice that comes in and is like, "Hey guys, seriously, people have been saying good Sonic games for 20 years now."
But it's kind of true though.
I mean, you're not wrong.
So.
Rogue Stormers.
Hey, chat, thanks for hanging out with us. Have a good night, guys. We'll see you next week.
Night, chat.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Oh, Adam West.